Okay, so first we start with the Big Five. The Big Five, basically, these are the essential 5 components of reading. So the first one we have is phonemic awareness. Phonemic awareness is a key concept. Phonemic awareness is the ability to hear, identify, and manipulate individual sounds, phonemes, in spoken words. Before children learn to read print, they need to become more aware of how the sounds and words work. The next we have in the Big Five are phonics. Phonics is the study of sound or a method of teaching reading. An example of phonics is a method used to teach reading by learning the sounds that groups of letters make when spoken. By having a good grasp on phonics, students will be able to have more successful reading or writing careers. All right, so the third concept we have in the Big Five is fluency. Fluency is the ability to read with speed, accuracy, and proper expression. In order to understand what they read, children must be able to read fluently, whether they are reading aloud or silently. When reading aloud, fluent readers read in phrases and add intonation appropriately. Without fluency, it would be difficult for students to comprehend what they are reading, making schoolwork more difficult. All right, so the fourth concept in the Big Five is vocabulary. Vocabulary is defined as a group of words and their meanings. There are 3 tiers of vocabulary. Tier 1, these are the words that commonly appear in a person's everyday life. These are words that they use or that they hear being used often. Tier 2, these are high-frequency words that are used by mature language users. These words can be challenging when only seen in print and not accompanied by sound. Tier 3, these are not frequently used words, and they are typically only used in specific content areas and domains. Okay, and the 5th concept in the Big Five would be comprehension. Comprehension is the understanding and interpretation of what is read. There are 3 components to comprehension. The first component is to decode what they read. The second is to make connections between what they read and what they already know. And the third is to think deeply about what they have read. Without comprehension, children will not be able to be as successful as they would be if they had it. All right, so moving on, we're going on to balanced literacy. Balanced literacy, there are several different components to this one as well. So the first component is an interactive read aloud. An interactive read aloud is where the teacher reads a book to students. The students are able to interact with the teacher and the book throughout the reading. So basically, this is what you would do, hopefully every day when in your classroom. Okay, and next we have shared reading. A shared reading is an interactive reading experience when students get into groups and share readings. These readings could either be things that they have written themselves or book selections. And by doing a share reading, the students are able to discuss what they are reading and possibly answer any questions they may have. All right, the next component is guided reading. A guided reading is when a teacher sits with a student while they read through the text. The teacher is there to help with any issues or questions that the child might have. This is extremely helpful, especially for readers that are struggling and need possibly that little extra help getting through the book or any text. All right, and the final component is independent reading. And independent reading is exactly what it sounds like. Independent reading is when a student is reading to themselves, either aloud or quietly. With this type of reading, they could either be in the quote-unquote safe place, they could be at their desk, depending on if they are being asked to read aloud or or silently to themselves.